Hey there, welcome back to the Hot Hardware live stream with the Alienware Area-51 fully liquid cooled desktop. We're back for more games and to put it through some more paces. So I think first, if you guys are interested, we can show some benchmarks maybe, just to see what the Skylake 7890X is capable of. So let's load up Cinebench here, because who doesn't love seeing 36 threads run at once? So we'll go ahead and skip the OpenGL. That's not as exciting, but jump right into the multi-threaded CPU test, and it's going to load up, and before we know it, this thing's going to be over. And keep in mind, we're streaming as this is going too, so this isn't even going to be the maximum performance numbers it's capable of. And I will say we are in the overclocked preset, so the Skylake X chip in here, this 7980X, is going to be turboing up to 4.7 gigahertz, and thanks to the liquid cooling for the CPU and the dual GTX 1080s in there, everything stays nice and cool. But enough of the insane core count. Let's jump right into a game. So, Brittany, do you want to start us off?
Yeah, so we're going to start off with, last time we played GTA 5 and PUBG. We decided, for the sake of showing off this system a little bit better and maybe not humiliating ourselves so much at video games we've never played, we're going to play some games that are a little bit more linear and ones that we do have experience with. So right now we're going to start off with Rise of the Tomb Raider, which feels incredibly appropriate for the announcement today, which we are all very excited about. So I'm going to start us off with that. I think we may be doing a little bit of CSGO.
Yeah, maybe some
similar.
Doom.
And then, yeah, definitely Doom. Probably end that way, because who doesn't want to end with gratuitous violence? So we're going to go ahead and switch spots. I'm going to start with the controller. And we're going to get this up and running. First, we have I see a couple of people have joined the chat. Anyone have any questions? Anyone have any questions? All right, new game. Yes, let's go ahead and overwrite. Normal difficulty.
Yeah, so as you can see, all the specs are listed next to us. If you're curious or have any questions,
what makes someone reach beyond the boundaries of human experience?
Either way, so yeah,
to
this
face
has
the unknown.
18-core, 36-threaded Skylake
As children,
X,
we question the world around us.
7890X,
We learn, we accept,
CPU in it,
and gradually we lose our capacity for wonder.
Just ridiculous, but
we do have a question.
But some do not.
From First Gen, is the
explorers, the
CPU
seekers of
liquid
truth.
cool? If not, are you going to liquid
It is
cool it?
these
Yeah, so this system
pioneers
here is
who
actually
define the future of
Alienware's
mankind.
first fully liquid cooled system. So not only is that Skylake X chip liquid cooled, but so are both of the GTX 1080s inside. So
the others,
no shortage of cooling with it.
They're
Each
done.
one of these is on their own cooling loop.
no amount of money is going to get them through those mountains.
You're not pumping
The lost city's up there,
through
somewhere.
other components. It's all nicely
That's going to be a hell of a climb.
and
I'm not turning back.
temperatures, it keeps pretty frigid.
I know.
So, you know, maybe creeps up to 50 C.
You should stay here with
Maybe a little
them.
higher in something like super extreme,
Not a chance.
heavy extended workloads, but for gaming it stays nice and quiet.
Yes, it's very quiet.
So if you caught our stream on, what was it, Tuesday?
Monday
evening, we were streaming with the CPU at stock frequencies.
You're almost there. Wait till you see this view, Laura. Take my hand.
Thanks. Look at that.
It's amazing. But the snow coming off those peaks is a bad sign.
The trail leads up the mountain. We'll have a good view of the valley beyond from the summit.
All right. Let's take it easy here.
And really, even as we're in this game,
This wind is crazy.
We just need to keep moving.
we are on
Right, we are
Hey,
maxing this out.
Even if we don't find anything up here,
And as
your
you can
dad
see,
would be
too,
proud.
I know,
we're
but I
in
have a
the
good feeling about this.
Yes, this game, that's one of the reasons we wanted to play this game, is because it is just so tremendously cinematic. So we feel like it's
Shit!
You okay?
capability.
Lost my footing. I'm fine.
Part of the effect comes through the dynamic lighting.
That was close.
So,
Are you all right?
you know, I think this
Jonah!
game is a couple years old.
I'm here!
So,
I'll climb down there and get you!
2.5 years?
No! It's too dangerous!
so,
I can climb
so yeah,
back
to answer
out!
your question, it is a
Are you
triple
sure?
with
Just stay put!
each specific concept. One for the concept and one for each. And this is also running 64 gigabytes of RAM and has 1 terabyte SSD behind it, as well as 2 terabyte CPU drive, quite a bit of storage.
Alright, guys, let's see where it is.
Yes, maybe so
I need to jump across!
Yeah. Okay. Now grab my hand.
behind it.
Gotcha.
Yes.
I would love to have
Shit,
that
Laura.
out there, but it's
You're gonna give me a heart attack. Are you okay?
Yeah,
slow
come on.
time, but it's really honestly that's pretty slow.
Looks like we gotta go through.
Then, of course, we have our beautiful visual effect here of the Alienware 34-inch curved display. This is the 3440 by 20
Not bad.
model.
If the weather turns, we can hole up in this
Ultra
cave.
wide of 21 by 9.
Do you really think we'll find this lost city?
Comes from the factory.
I know this is a long shot,
But it has a
but that old tracker said he saw ruins up in these mountains.
And when you find that releasing, it makes for an incredibly smooth gameplay, no matter what you do.
Quite a variety of things on here. Before last Monday we did GT5 and now we're with Tomb Raider.
Storm's
We
getting
also
closer.
did Doom.
We have a couple hours at most.
Skyrim, Elder Scrolls. Basically,
Should be enough
everything
time.
that we've
We're
tried,
almost to the top.
Just worked admirably.
Even with those older titles, this might have everything maxed
Right.
out, running flawlessly at 120 FPS.
Yep.
What do you think?
None of those fun.
We're close to
glitches.
something, Jonah. I can feel it. Just this last stretch to the top.
Audio is too loud.
All right.
It'll make the
Let's see what's up there.
not full screen.
So the game is full screen, but again, it's ultra wide, so we can't make it actually fill up the whole
Right.
display. Let me just pop on the stream for a second just to make sure we're looking at the same thing.
We'll pause it for half a sec.
Oh, you're actually looking at blue screen. That's not right.
Oh.
I am terribly, terribly sorry for that. Let's see. Display. Let's switch this off full screen. Apply. Okay. Sorry, bear with us just a
Yep,
second.
just give us half a second. We'll also fix the audio to make it a little bit quieter so you don't hear Laura Croft yelling in your ear.
Let's do this. Let's.
Yep.
Um,
Display. Oh, now our screen's up.
oh, that's the wrong
Yeah,
screen.
and it's the wrong screen.
Yep, we'll just add game capture.
All right. Does anyone have any additional questions as we're fixing these settings right now? Hopefully that'll do the trick.
Okay, just waiting for the stream to catch up so I can confirm this is working.
Yep, stream is ever so slightly delayed. Still a little bit delayed. Okay.
Yeah. Well, the stream's gonna lag behind a little bit.
Yep, that's alright.
Okay, we'll just play it in windowed mode. And that should take care of our issues.
Alright. Maybe fix our audio too. Turn that down a little bit.
Back.
Alright. That should fix the audio on this game. And please answer my last question.
Feels pretty solid, but keep close to the
Is it
wall.
single loop or dual loop or
Okay.
AIO, sorry.
One loop.
And
So,
loop.
okay, so for the liquid cooling on this, each component has its own
Looks like we climb from
its
here.
own radiator, its own loop. So the CPU is running its own loop and radiator, and each of the GPUs have their own loop and radiator. And we'll turn our volume up a little as well. Is this any better for you?
Let's take it slow and steady. Just stay with me.
Look out!
Oh shit!
That was close.
Sorry. Live streaming is always a learning experience, and
Always.
especially when you're
There's
running through a bunch
always
of new
something
games.
new.
You think you have it all settled,
I think
and then
you
it shows it
got
wrong.
Oh no! No, no, no! Jonah! Hold on!
Shit! I'm going to dig in. Can you make it across?
I can make it!
Alright, let's see if Laura Croft can make it.
So
And
there is not a reservoir on this. They are closed loops. So it's not quite to the same level that you're going to find in a boutique system like you get from Main Gear, or Digital Storm, or CyberPower, one of those builders. This is much more along the prefabbed line. I mean, it's Dell who owns Alienware, but it's still a very powerful system. So if you're someone who maybe doesn't care about having the most experienced aesthetics, which can also cost a lot more as you're getting custom labor in there, it's a very, very nice option to get the job done.
One of our few regrets is that it isn't
I see the room.
transparent in any way, so you can't see
God.
the
Yeah.
inside. But
They haven't quite got on the tempered glass trend yet, which would be really, really cool, I think, to see
Right.
these side panels with tempered glass and get to view the
in
interior.
the interior,
Maybe they'll do a special edition coming up.
Can you hear
Can
me?
only dream.
right?
Yeah.
But something like that would necessarily add a lot of cost, a lot of engineering. Even as it is, the system weighs 60 pounds. And
67.
well, yeah, that was with the full packing
true.
material. So, it's a chore to lug it around as it is. It's not something you're probably going to be taking to your LAN party unless you really want to flex on your friends.
Right.
I'm not going to judge. So, when you're adding more exotic materials in there besides, the plastic and metal frame that it has, you are going to add weight, which, maybe your desk isn't going to put up with too well. We are a little fuzzy on the graphics on the stream, it looks like.
Huh.
Keep an eye out for that.
Right.
Go back, Jonah!
But even now, as we've gotten outside of full screen mode, which is generally more efficient for games, and are, you know, running it in a window, we're still pushing a solid 70 FPS up here. So plenty of power behind it. Again, while encoding, while streaming, while recording, no problem.
Great. Yeah, we seem to be averaging about 95 FPS.
It's the one on the right for the game.
For the game, 70. There we go. Okay, sorry. Let me. There we go. Wow.
Oh.
This hurts so much fun. I should probably not die. That would probably be a good thing to do. One thing I do like about this game, though, is the way it saves. You're never really that, like, you don't get punished too harshly, which I think is kind of nice.
Right, it keeps its pace. So it's much more like you're playing through a movie than
than you are
playing the game.
And the dying. I mean, it depends. Some people like, you know, sort of a harsh punishment for, you know, failing in a game. But one thing that is nice about it is this particular one is it does play more like a movie. So when you do die, it doesn't feel like the end of the world or like you've lost so much progress you'll never be able to make it up.
It also keeps the gameplay fresh as you go through.
It does.
So you're not fighting the same obstacles for
over and
700
over.
screens
Yeah,
now.
kind of prevents you from rage quitting.
So I like how you escape the other avalanche,
Right.
and you would die from that, but this one you get caught in, and that's just part of the game.
It's fine. Yep, totally fine.
So yes, the CPU is overclocked. We're just using one of the 2 built-in presets for it right now. So when we ran our stream on Monday, we were running at stock frequencies with the balanced cooling preset. Today we kicked it into the overclock 2 profile, which is running at 4.7 gigahertz, and also moved up the cooling to the performance preset. So it's a little bit louder, but it's still a very, very quiet system. Yeah, even considering all the cooling in there, it's not like you're running Noctua fans or something that's going to be super silent. But considering you've got SLI GPUs in there and an 18-core processor, it's pretty cool. So actually, let's see. I'm gonna take us out here. Let's see if we can get Task Manager to play nice with us now. So let's go to Summary. Keep this off on the side.
All right. Let's see.
See if that'll play nice. So we're barely taxing the CPU, even if it's at, you know, just 3.2 gigahertz.
That's just local militia.
Yes, so we got we've also reviewed the Area-51 Threadripper edition, and that thing is also a beast. We did a mega tasking demo with that while we were streaming, recording, encoding a video in the background, playing games, running benchmarks. That's also here on the channel if you want to take a look at it. All there, crashing. I'll bring down to the GPU load as well. So running across both GTX 1080s for that SLI goodness. Yeah, they got fire effect, explosions, and we're still well over 60 FPS. Perfectly smooth and fluid. Well, especially since we have the G-Sync display. So no tearing to worry about, no stuttering. Which is often a concern with SLI systems, is you can get that frame rate stuttering, but when you have the G-Sync enabled, it really helps smooth out that effect a lot. because the frame pacing is a little less sensitive. Yeah. Pulling a little Michael Bay with the string player.
There was something in Dad's research about this.
And if you haven't played this game, it's
fun.
It's a lot of fun.
It's a lot
you
of
gotta
fun.
explore,
Legend speaks of an oasis where the
check out the ruins, some, minor puzzle action.
If you ever grew up wanting to be Indiana Jones, this game is gonna be,
Or Lara Croft.
or Lara Croft, whichever. Like this, you'll love this game. Some minor puzzles, a lot of action. Like I was mentioning earlier, I've never felt like the punishment for failing is too hard, so you don't lose that kind of the charm of the game. You kind of keep going, and some games are great where the punishment is really hard, something like Dark Souls, but in this game where I think it's more about that exploration, it's a lot of fun.
Actually, looking at our disk usage, maybe we're not recording, or maybe we are. I'm not sure.
Yeah, this is a fun game.
So yeah, we have reviewed the Threadripper Edition Area-51. You can find it. We have a video for it, as well as stopping by the site hothardware.com.
Right.
So that was one of the first systems that just made me giddy, just because of the raw power that chips like Threadripper or the Skylake X have, with so many cores. You can't exhaust it.
Can we take a moment to pause and appreciate the texture of the mud and blood on her arm? Mm-hmm. It's just so...
Well, the dynamic lighting across her shoulder,
right,
and all that being rendered in real time, that if you were trying to do this in a game 10 years ago, people would think you were crazy.
Right. All right. As someone who has had to learn a foreign language, though, I can tell you it's not as easy as looking at a bunch of murals.
So which configuration of the Threadripper Area-51 do you have? Which GPUs and RAM and all that did you kit out?
By order of Trinity.
Aren't there artifacts around here to
There are,
search for?
There's the murals, and then you can kind of find some little caches.
He led his followers through the
things
desert
like that.
to the oasis.
Still no sign of her. I don't think she survived the crash.
All right, let's go. Constantine wants to breach the tomb before sunset.
So I don't think I've really seen it
They're off
dip
to the
below
tomb.
60 FPS.
got
Beyond
to
a
find it
couple
before
little stutters, maybe 59 like that.
The
But
prophet.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking with a foreign army, he convinced them to lay
keeping
down
things
their
very
weapons.
smooth here with ultra settings of dual Vega 64. That's fun.
Ooh.
Going AMD all the way, 64 gigs of RAM. People ask, why do you need 64 gigs of
We're just
RAM?
still a little rusty, but
Because.
it's pointing to something hidden
And
nearby.
yeah, so you've got us beat on the SSD there. We've got the 1 terabyte SSD, but we do have the 2 terabyte data drive, and this is a review system. We're not going to get to keep it, obviously.
No.
More for showcase, giving our thoughts. If it was a system for me to use, I would fill up that terabyte in no time with video footage and
Right.
everything else. But for a test drive system, it's not so bad.
The secret
How do you like
entrance.
those Vegas? Are they treating you well? Yes, always. Because we can.
Because we can.
It's amazing.
Well, you never know if you need to spin up like 6 or 7 virtual machines, or load a ton of high texture something, video rendering. Trying to think really what would use that much memory these days.
Right. Another thing I wanted to add about this game that I've really enjoyed is even as you're learning how to play it, like the tutorials for it, and which essentially we're kind of in a tutorial stage right now. It never feels pedantic, and it's always fun. So you kind of learn as you go, but it's not in sort of like this
Just little nudges.
silly,
in the right
cheapy
way.
way. Yeah.
Which monitor are you rocking? Do you have something ultra wide like this, 4K, high refresh rate? Do you go up or to the right?
I think you go to the right.
Yeah, there we go.
Yep, I just felt like jumping.
No. Just a flock of doves or something flying out at us.
Oh, and I'm dead.
Splat.
Yep. Her deaths in this are always a little dramatic.
So we just got the system in this week.
Yeah.
So I haven't had too much time to look closely inside. I believe it was ATX. I don't think it's extended. It's definitely not mini ITX or mini ATX or micro ITX. That would be hilarious in a case this size.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there you go. Share the love. 4 Alienware 34 ultra wide monitors with this, for radioactive. Are those 1440 models like this, or are they the 1080 ultra wides with the higher refresh rate?
A way through.
It's your favorite part.
I know. For reference, I scare really easily, like embarrassingly easily. So the first time I saw the scene, it did give me a little bit of a jump.
She may have shrieked.
It made a little like.
Well, and the scorpions skittering around.
Right, and then it's like, well, scenes from Indiana Jones, actually. A lot of inspiration, actually, in this scene from Indiana Jones. Kind of reminds me, I think, of Raiders of the Lost Ark, if I remember correctly.
Oh, 4K on the Alienwares. Now I've got to check those out.
Armed soldiers against religious pilgrims. The Order of Trinity. The prophet slain by the Order.
Because I'm only
of
seeing the
Trinity.
3440 by 1440, which I guess is close enough to 4K if that's what you're referring to. So that'd be the panel we have here.
Oh, and our mascot.
Yeah, so this
Has
is
come in.
Freckles,
The Order of Trinity has
and she likes to come in and visit.
She does. She's a St. Bernard Great Dane mix, who we adopted from our local Humane Society.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if you can quite see her. Maybe we should bring the camera down just a touch.
That was too close.
Yeah, I hear you on Alienware. All their stuff is awesome. When I was growing up, I would remember spending just hours on the Alienware site. This was even back before Dell acquired Alienware, and just configuring different
They're
dream
blasting
systems,
away.
and this is like Pentium 4s, and when hyper-threading first came out, and just being like blown away that a computer could even have those components in it. And now I'm sitting here next to an Alienware with 18 cores and 36 threads, and my childhood is very, very happy right now.
Let's hope this works.
Yeah, those laptops are very nice. The Alienware 17 inch. It's quite quite a beast to lug around compared to like the 13 or 15s, but they pack a lot of power in that. Much more LAN party friendly than the Area 51 is. I have to admit. Damn it, escape.
Oh, we're good. We're fine. Don't worry. Good.
Just not the way the ponytail flows through
Right.
the water.
My ponytail does not look that elegant in water.
And just the attention to detail here is, I'm sure she's gonna wring out her hair.
Oh yeah,
and coughing out water. And,
Yeah, of course. Have you ever had water in a ponytail, Kristen?
Oh, yep. There she goes, clearing the water out of her hair.
But like, look at this scene.
Yeah.
This is beautiful and like fulfills like all my dreams. So my childhood fantasy was seriously to be Indiana Jones, still is, and something like this is just like right up my alley.
Yeah, I just love how they frame things. I keep saying I just love. There's a lot of things I love about this game, but you're going through this little tiny tight tunnel,
It's so
and
tight.
this you see the little cracks in the wall, and you break through, and it comes into this nice expansive space.
Right. It's what is it that Sean Plot Day9 is always talking about with games, that those big that's that thing where you're in a tunnel and all of a sudden you're in that open space,
Right.
and so it makes that open space just even more fantastic.
And whether you've got a AAA title like this or an indie game, like that's something that a really good designer, really good level designer can get in and just like take a good experience and make it great.
Yep.
Something we have to be in awe of.
And our hardware right now does not hurt. Oh. I was distracted.
Uh-huh.
Do I need to shoot this? Yeah, maybe not.
I think you can make this jump.
I think so. Yeah, there we go.
And that'll flood out the area.
The only thing I wouldn't want to do is swim in this gross water.
Yeah, with all the dead
With all the
corpses
dead
around that have been there
corpses,
for
yeah,
hundreds
you
or
know,
thousands of years.
That
And
just doesn't. Oh,
no, you don't think that's sanitary?
no, I don't. Not my cup of tea, you know?
So it's something you would have to do as Indiana Jones.
This is true. Really quite fun. Oh, that's the one I want. It was one of those games where I initially was playing it knowing that we were going to test it out on here, and then I kind of just kept playing it because I was having so much fun. Skip over that trap. Let's not deal with that trap right now.
No? You don't want to get spiked to death?
Not really. Not really my cup of tea. Where's it going? Can I shoot that from here? There's also like a couple little like side quests. Like that.
See ya. I have to admit, you figured out this puzzle a lot quicker than I did the first time.
Oh.
Hello?
Oh, that's alright. Anyone have any additional questions? Comments? I know I do tend to get stuck on this part though, so hopefully I won't get too...
Yeah, and actually, in a bit of breaking news, it looks like there has been a lawsuit officially filed against Samsung, Micron, and Hynix over DRAM supply, particular collusion and price fixing, price gouging, whatever you want to call it. So we have that article up on HotHardware.com right now if you want to take a look, because I don't think it's any secret that RAM prices have been creeping up a little too quickly over the past few years. It's painful. So it'll be interesting to see how this lawsuit plays out. Because there have been, other considerations too. Mobile phones are a lot more prevalent than they were. Other devices using RAM. So there definitely has been a surge in demand. But, has there been a little backroom dealing to go along with that? We'll see. It'll be very interesting to see how it comes to a head.
Don't worry, I'm still stuck on this part.
I remember the days when I could walk into a place like Micro Center and spend, $30 and get 8 gigs of RAM. No problem.
Right.
Now you're lucky to get 8 gigs under 100, it feels like.
There we go. There's that.
That's cool.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't really want to be in this water, but...
With a little greenish tinge to it.
Right.
That hasn't seen the light of day in
Who knows how
hundreds of
in.
years.
Yeah. I think we'll probably finish like this scene and we'll move on to another game. We'll switch Christopher over and I think maybe we'll end with Doom.
Found you.
Yeah, so with the Threadripper, it has SMT, which is basically AMD's hyper-threading, for lack of better terms right there. So you are getting the 2 threads per core situation. So 16 cores there, 18 cores in the Skylake X. I haven't done all of my benchmarking on this yet to see exactly how it stacks up, but I'm very eager to see how that completes. I want to say Marco has already done
Set the charges.
a full review of Skylake X, but I want to check that before I actually confirm.
Don't quote us quite yet.
He's usually right out with those. I've just been slammed at work lately. I'm a sysadmin by day, and haven't kept up with trends as I should.
And the artifact inside.
Let's see, components. Alright, there's 2nd Gen Ryzen, which is a great review. Go check out the 2nd Gen Ryzen review. I know you're on Threadripper. Just go check it out. Marco put a ton of work into that, some 70 hours of testing and writing and photographing, because the lovely Spectre and Meltdown vulnerabilities and the subsequent patches for them have really thrown off all the numbers that we had built up over the years. So he had to retest every one of our test systems, and I'm still not sure if he's properly selected.
That's debatable.
A lot of reviews.
And a fail. And got hit by a pillar. Wasn't enough to fall into the gross water.
Yes, Marco has reviewed them. So he reviewed the 7980XE, which is in this PC here, as well as the 7960X. So let's see if I can pull up some numbers for you. That is to say, I don't think you can really go wrong with either. Both platforms are phenomenal chips. the water.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah. It's that maybe that scene's a little brutal.
A little unforgiving.
That part's maybe a little unforgiving. I'm just taking too long on it. My finger kind of gets stuck. It's my bad. It's funny. She keeps saying, you probably can't hear, but she says, "Move, damn it, move," and it's like, who are you talking to, Laura? Huh? Who are you talking to? There we go. Switched over here.
I guess my phone's being uncooperative, so I can't quite load the article right now. But it is there on HotHardware.com. If you just search Skylake X up top, it'll take you to it. I think it's the second one under Skylake, because there's also a Zydax system that Paul wrote about.
All right.
Yes, so we are playing from Steam.
So I think we're gonna go ahead and switch.
Switch over to Doom.
Yeah. Or did you want to do CS:GO?
Well, what do you guys want to see? Do you want to see Doom, or do you want to see something like CSGO or Rocket League or something like that that's going to use more of the high frame rate?
I think we definitely want to end with Doom because it's just fun. It is just a fun game. But I do think my fingers need a little bit of a break, a little bit of a controller break.
All right.
Switch. Oh, sorry, second camera. Didn't mean to put my hair in your face.
As in Intel Arc or the game Arc. I do not have Arc downloaded. That is something I can tick off for another stream. I actually have not played Arc.
I haven't played Arc. But we will definitely try to keep doing different streams as we get different systems in, testing the games out. We're having fun. Hopefully you're having fun watching along.
Yeah.
So we'll download it for next time.
We've also got Ghost Recon and Far Cry 5 on our list to play, but we're having some issue with our Uplay account right now.
Sign-in
so
issues.
we will get there.
Because I am dying to play Far Cry 5. Dying.
It just won't be tonight.
Nope, not tonight. But one day.
You can go ahead and add us. I think we're... Well, yeah you can see our name right there.
We also have a Discord, too, correct?
Yes, so we have a Discord. Let me see. Am I logged into the right account to link that?
Probably not. And of course, we're on social media. Twitter. We're still on Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff. So we'd like to post updates on there. Hopefully some of you guys saw our Instagram story.
If I have Discord on this laptop.
And of course, HotHardware.com also has forums too.
If you stop by the site and go to the forums, we do have a Discord link in the forums. So that's just up top. Let me see if I can copy that link from here.
Right.
Copy link. Take this over.
Yep.
Yeah, that should get you in. That should be a non-expiring link.
Right.
If you have any issues with it, of course, let me know.
So I'm thinking we'll do CSGO for half an hour, maybe Doom for half an hour.
Sure, we can play some CSGO.
Call it a night and let you guys get on with your Friday nights. Anyone have any Friday night plans? Or is it just hanging out with us?
No, they're here with us.
Whichever.
You need to catch up on your wine.
Well, you know what? I was a little busy being Laura Croft. Okay. Love that game. So much fun.
Yeah. And our Discord is relatively new. We're trying to get more people in there. Is that Marco? I'm assuming.
Probably.
All right, let's just play some quick arms race or something. Arms race demolition. Arms race is fun. We'll play them all.
Oh, that's our dog barking. in this house for 3 years.
Probably
and she's
need to
still
take the
dark
volume down in here.
Yeah, we do need to take it down.
We'll take care of the volume in a second.
Victory at all cost. Victory in spite of all terror. Victory, however long and hard the road may be. Without victory, there is no survival.
I guess we're stuck on CT.
Okay.
Alright, let's see. Options, audio, master, we'll just take that down. We'll see how that balances.
Hopefully that won't be too loud.
This is arms race. I don't need to buy anything.
Except ours.
Or is this arms race, or I didn't actually pay attention.
Try not to injure your teammates.
It'll take me a few minutes to get warmed up. Are these bots? These are gotta be bots. That was too easy.
Bots.
Do they have ping? I can't see their ping. Oh, wait, on the left. No, they're
real people.
They're just
Maybe they just all
okay.
sprouted up in the
Did
same
he not
place.
get shot from the left?
Also, apologize for the keyboard noise. We do have a mechanical keyboard,
Of course.
which we love,
Mechanical keyboard,
but it is a
master
little
race.
noisy during streams.
Terrorists win.
Christopher,
Oh.
you might not want to shoot at yourself.
No, that was the kill cam.
Oh, that was the kill cam.
Oh,
Sorry.
is that Dave taking over the chat? Great.
Psst, I'm watching you, probably.
Oh, apparently we're trash. Thanks, Emily.
Thank you, Emily. That's very kind of you.
So we're currently running a very pitiful 240, 250 FPS. Sorry for the casual frame rates.
Christopher getting shot at.
I'm dead right now. What game mode is this? And oh, demolition. Okay. I should probably pay attention to the game, but watching chat is too fun.
We don't want Emily calling you trash again, apparently.
Hi, friend. You're gonna die. No, you're just gonna run away and cower? Do we need to call Bully Hunter on Emily?
Hopefully not.
Let's try sugarcane. Come on.
I like St. Mark.
Yeah, St. Mark's not bad.
I hate the lake, though. I'm glad no one voted for that. What does he say? Emily, what's your beef? I don't know. She just
I don't
she
know.
didn't like us.
I want to try to get on the terrorist side because I feel like I just work better with terrorist weapons. I don't know why that would be.
In CSGO, guys. In CSGO.
In CSGO. Is Emily on our team now? Nope,
No?
Emily's the CT now. We're just destined to always be enemies.
Enemies.
Let's see. He's dead.
Nicely done.
That was a bot. That doesn't count.
Oh.
I knew he was there, but I also knew I was low on bullets.
Does anyone else have any favorite CSGO maps? I think everyone has their preference.
I actually saw Dust 2 was out of the map rotation for a bit, which was surprising. Random musings at the dinner table tonight. Cinco de Mayo, that's in February, right? No comment from the Californians.
Well, Cinco de Mayo is not technically a...
Well, it's not a Mexican holiday. It's more a California holiday
It really
than
is
a...
a California thing.
Oh, Emily, you're trash.
We got Emily. And
Yeah,
then we
I
died.
should have paid attention to that.
But we were too excited about taking down our arch enemy.
Let's see if we have that friend request. Sure, we'll accept you. And if you want to join the game, you're more than welcome.
Yeah.
How we doing?
Not great.
Not great.
Not your best game. Oh, there's someone in there.
Oh, what's that, Emily? You're dead? Oh, yeah.
I think he came from the
He
side.
was just shooting through the truck.
Oh, he's shooting through the truck.
Oh, no.
No,
Nope,
he's there.
someone to the side. I didn't see him. Yeah, come displace one of these bots that now my whole team consists of. Thanks, guys. No, I want the deagle.
Maybe the bots will be nicer. Try not to injure your teammates, Christopher.
I do what I want. Alright, they're just gonna line up and die. That's sad.
Bots are not the best teammates.
No. Come on, Mr. John Wick. Show us what you're made of. I say as I'm assuming you have CSGO. I think everyone does.
I feel like that's sort of like a go-to. That's sort of classic.
I cut my proper competitive gaming chops on 1.6.
I'm pretty sure this is the first competitive game we taught my little brother.
Mm-hmm.
Too.
It's really sad. Her form is awful. She's like picking the worst accuracy moment to fire.
John Wick's with us!
Hey!
Hi!
Alright, you know what to do. Kill Emily. That's all we care about.
Kill the arch enemy.
Oh, hi.
Gun you have is crap.
Oh, it's just
Yeah.
the hand cannon.
Hello, Emily.
Alright, Emily's dead. We get a shotgun next round. Friends. See there? Got 3 shots. I need to make it count. Hang on.
I need intense focus. There you go. We swear he knows how to play this game.
Uh-huh. Like I said, a little bit of warm-up.
A little bit of warm-up, a little distracted by the chat.
You think Emily's a lovely person? Well, maybe Emily should be a little nicer and not bully people in video games.
You should probably also pay a little bit more attention.
I should probably pay more attention, but it's a little hard when I'm flashed. Come on. Yeah. Man, it was Emily too. How you doing, John Wick? You need some kills. Alright, I got your 6.
We got your back. Literally, we're behind you. Hello, Emily.
Oh, it's not there. Oh, shotgun.
Oh, Captain, our time.
Considering we're 2v4 effectively, with them getting fed free kills from bots.
Oh, geez.
Ooh, Emily's got an op. Yes, a woman that will sit with you as you game is a keeper.
Well, I'm the one who started us off today,
I may be keeping that one.
I'm the one that started us off, so
This is true.
It's reversed.
Through the world of Tomb Raider.
Did they remove?
Oh, I got team swapped. Oh, we all did. Okay.
I have to say, yeah, that's a change in uniform. If you could call the terrorist outfit a uniform.
It's aesthetic.
It's an aesthetic. Oh, nicely done.
Alright, Smiley's down. Was there someone up there? No.
Casual username is joining the counter-terrorist force.
Casual.
Casual username.
Sorry, on to the SMG.
Yeah. All right.
Bomb
I
down.
feel like Smiley's like number 2. He's enemy number 2.
Mm-hmm. There's a CT. They've got to come get the bomb.
We do.
But we also need to murder them.
Ooh, you guys took down Emily.
Very nice, Mr. John Wick.
Yeah. Nicely done.
Hey. We've got a good dynamic.
We do.
I don't think either of us is particularly dominant.
When it comes to gaming?
Just in the relationship
Oh,
in general.
no, I don't think so.
We're pretty easygoing.
Yeah.
I mean,
everyone has their differences. I'm probably definitely more type A and you're more type B.
oh yeah, we're definitely different, but we do well.
I love that casual username. I don't know why. That just makes me happy. Oh, shit. I will say I'm impressed with us so far. We haven't uttered any curse words yet while playing either of these games.
I don't know if I can say that.
Oh.
Sad peanut. You got this, friend.
You got it.
Take him down. Oh. Yeah.
This isn't the Dr. Bill show. Well, cash me outside. How about that?
Let's try flying scoutsman.
Is that still a thing? Anyone still say that? No? Yeah, do safe house.
Well, we're doing
Fly Scoutsman.
changing the game mode up,
Oh, okay.
which I think this game mode is new to when I've last played CSGO.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever played Scoutsman, so you should probably pay attention with this one.
I'm assuming we run around with scouts. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, scout and knife.
All right.
So, I was always a fun batch of maps in the 1.6 days, all the scout maps.
Yeah. I always prefer the smaller, more inside maps where like the range isn't that big. Like you have to encounter each other.
Right.
I prefer those in CS. That person was.
Alright, there's a headshot. I think I shot his foot. No, maybe not.
floating. It looks kind of like the Matrix, but also not.
I knew he was there. I couldn't switch over
Trying to
quick
get away
enough.
from him.
Oh.
All right. Does anyone have any favorite CSGO maps?
I tag teamed that one.
Yeah, mine was always the monastery. I see a YouTube link. I'm a little frightened to open the YouTube link.
Are we cashing you outside?
Are we catching you outside? Yeah.
Oh. The match hadn't even started yet.
Oh.
Did
John
this
Wick is
girl
still
just
with
say
us.
GG before the game even started? Good luck.
Good job. You and John Wick killed Royal Crown 1, 2, 3.
Huh?
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Okay, no respawns in here. Weapon accuracy increased. Okay.
Let's see. Alright, maybe play for about 5-10 more minutes and we'll switch over. End with Doom.
Sure. Hey Sheldon, how's it going?
Hello. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream.
Alright, one down.
Yeah, that was nice.
So with the Scout, it's not a particularly powerful sniper rifle, so unless you get a
I love how I
headshot,
get
it's going to take multiple
dinked.
hits.
I dinked someone and they survived. Scout dink and they survived. Well, like what? It's supposed to do like 250 damage. Nice try.
What game is that?
This is,
The anti-gravity effect.
what
I
are they
do
calling
too.
it? They're calling this Flying Scoutsman
Yeah.
in Counter-Strike Global Offensive.
I like the anti-gravity thing too. It's kind of like
It-
the Matrix a little bit.
Yeah, little
Except-
little
Little Matrix.
old James Bond,
Yeah, a little
GoldenEye,
James Bond.
or I guess it wasn't GoldenEye. One of the James Bond games had like a moon level.
This
Curse
is
you,
definitely
Emily.
interesting though.
Yeah.
Oh, was it Emily who got you?
I don't know if Emily
Oh,
shot me
so
there.
just join,
but
if you're just
Just
now joining
John
in,
Wick with
Emily
a
in this game is our arch
Fortnite
enemy.
skin.
she's been trash talking.
She was trash not talking. Literally, she called us trash. We don't know why. We're still trying to figure that out. Oh,
It's okay. Sad Peanut got me.
Sad Peanut got you.
Oh, and I almost killed him. 89 damage.
Yeah, that was a close one.
That could have been my seat.
I
I
was
need
the
a little
last
oil.
one with the Billy.
Bro, you're so trash.
Oh, someone else throwing trash around.
Yeah, why, guys, what's with the word trash?
Dino Squad.
I mean, I guess it's a clean word. Well, not literally trash is not really a clean word, but at least it's, you know, something we're not gonna have to censor. Emily, come back. I will talk to you a second time. All right, arch enemy
Come
Emily.
back. Your mother was a hamster, and your father smelt of elderberries. Sorry, my throat's a little sore to put on the whole French accent.
Right.
Pseudo French accent.
Right. Let's not insult the entire country. That's nice.
Alright, one down. Oh, come on. That was the center of mass hit.
Coming from lower.
Oh, there you go. You're getting some blood.
Coming from lower. I repeat, coming from lower.
I should have listened to him. I think he was telling me they were coming around behind.
Big Boy Brody is like...
I didn't listen, and I have failed you.
Oh yeah, Mr. Krabs.
You feeling it now, Mr. Krabs?
Is that what he said? Oh, okay.
Let's go.
I will say I'm actually overall impressed that no one has said like really anything truly terrible. You and Sad Peanut again.
I know. Oh, I'm gonna fly off the building.
Yeah, don't do that. I like the chunks of body. That
Okay,
was
no.
cute. After him! Try not to injure your teammates, Christopher.
I'll try not. Did we win? Finally.
Yay!
I think that's our first win.
Yeah.
How sad.
Alright, I think maybe we should switch over.
Switch over to Doom.
I think we should switch over to Doom.
Let's see.
Thank you, John Wick.
Yeah, because I think it's 15 rounds
Oh, is it
for
15 rounds? Okay. I mean, we'll go until the end.
It's alright. We'll get some bloodletting in with Doom.
And I think we'll call it a night.
We'll
and
ditch you,
let
John.
Everybody,
So let's make sure all of our settings are still right wherever Doom is here.
it's right there.
There we are.
There we go.
It's not a brightly colored icon. I can't see it.
I know. That's kind of disappointing. You know what it is? I'm such a sucker for anything Bethesda does.
Yeah.
That's really what it is.
If only they can, like, get away from the microtransaction thing.
Yeah. They could get away from that. But I even find the bugs and stuff to be charming.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Just the weird
The
ragdoll
weird
effects.
stuff.
And... Okay, so first, let's make sure you can see what I see.
Yep.
It looks like you can.
Perfect. Let's do campaign.
Just launch a new one.
I'm looking into Alienware Area-51. Any good advice? Well, let us switch. Christopher will lay down the advice, and I'll lay down the murder.
Oh, I think I just hit continue game, but whatever.
That's okay. You don't really do much in the...
Go out that way.
Yep, first 50 seconds or so.
Don't you basically wake up and kill a guy?
Yep, basically.
So yeah, with the Alienware 51s, this model,
Actually, I think
we
better.
have the specs next to us on the stream. So this one is virtually maxed out at with a Skylake Core i9 7980XE with 18 cores and 36 threads, as well as dual GTX 1080s and SLI, 64 gigs of RAM, terabyte SSD, 2 terabyte data drive, etc., etc. The biggest advice I can give you on looking at a system, speccing out a system, whether it's an Area 51 or anything else, is first, what are you looking to use for a monitor? Are you doing something high refresh rate? Are you pushing above 1080p into either ultra wide like this, or else something 4K? That's going to make a lot of difference in how you optimize the components you choose. For general gaming, you're probably fine with 16 gigs of RAM, but if you're already looking at something like an Area 51, I'm assuming that you're doing, you're producing content or streaming or something like that, so you could benefit from at least 32 gigs of RAM. Again, this one has 64 gigs.
Sorry, this moment.
It's off to a, family-friendly stuff.
Family friendly. We are nothing but family friendly here.
So So, figure out how much RAM you need for what you do, and I like to double that. Like, I figure I'd probably be comfortable with 16 gigs, but I'd go for 32 just so I have headroom, as my system grows over the next, hopefully, 3 to 5 years, if not more. So, have a healthy amount of memory to tackle future software. When you're looking at monitors, if you're just doing 1080p 60 hertz, a 1060 is going to do you just fine, even in the coming years. But if you are doing a high refresh rate, then you definitely need more graphics power, whether it's at least a 1070, probably a 1080, if you're doing like 144 or beyond hertz. Especially as you get higher resolutions, the GPU you choose is going to matter more. When you have something like a 4K monitor at 60 hertz, your CPU's not going to matter so much because your CPU is more limited by your frame rate than your resolution. So if you have a high refresh rate monitor, like this one here, the Alienware 34, we're pushing at 120 hertz, you do need a CPU that's fast enough to keep up with it. And games, by the way they work, you're going to want more of that single core performance. So, even an 8700K is going to do great for you just because it can push out those frames with the high single core clock speeds. Something like this is going to have, I'd bring it down to like 40%.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, you could just bring down the master volume probably. Yeah, that's
right.
Fine.
All right. Sorry, I just wanted to make sure that our
everything's good. And we do have this running in Ultra with Vulkan, as you can see in the upper right. Just hit escape.
Yep, we're good.
Back to escape. Resume.
Resume. There we go. Okay.
So, where was I?
Before I so rudely interrupted you.
I know.
Well, Radioactive Gaming I changed my name to Zert702.
Okay, we will keep an eye out for that as we resume Steam games.
Yeah.
Maybe we brought the volume down too much.
Maybe that's okay. Oh yes, I forgot about that.
Yes, beautiful.
Bam.
Now, on the other side, if you are doing things like video rendering, streaming, things that'll take advantage of more cores, obviously the more cores you can get, the better. And if you're also doing a high resolution monitor, then it'll be even better because higher resolution will push your frame rates down naturally. So the actual core speeds of the processors don't matter as much. Though really any modern processor, i5 or higher, should be plenty for just about any game. If you're really worried about getting 300 versus 350 frames in Counter-Strike Go, I don't really know what to tell you. But it's going to depend on your budget, and it's going to depend on your target monitor setup for what you go with in your Area-51 or whatever other system. And Dave in the chat has HotHardware. Do you have anything else to add to that, or? So we've also looked at the Threadripper version, which we were discussing with Radioactive Gaming, who actually is running the Threadripper Area-51 right now, and he's got dual Vega 64s in his, 64 gigs of RAM, 2 terabyte SSD. Very, very similar config to this, but he's obviously on Team AMD instead of Team Intel and NVIDIA with his. So either way you want to go there, perfectly respectable. The Threadripper chips are incredibly nice as well.
You know, if you're ever having a rough day and you just need to vent some of your spleen, this is a good game.
Just don't get hit by the, I don't know, fireballs, right. Demon balls.
I don't know. Demonic possession, I'm not sure.
Blood everywhere.
Just blood everywhere.
I'm gonna steal my water.
Yep, go for it.
Your water, whoever's water, it's mine now.
Alright, where else are they? Let's get this guy. No, you don't get to throw a fireball at me. Nice try. Alright, I know there's one more somewhere.
So yeah, again, ultra settings, Vulkan, as our graphics API, and we're pushing 60-90 frames per second at 3440 by 1440 here. So pretty high pretty high resolution, very high frame rate. G-Sync monitor keeping everything super silky smooth. Very, very impressed with this Area-51 Skylake X system. And by the way, this is Alienware's first fully liquid-cooled desktop. This is a unicorn right here. Only, well, I think we might be the first to get it. So they have not only liquid-cooled the CPU, the Core i9-7980XE, but they've also liquid-cooled each of the GTX 1080s inside. So really no problem at all with thermals. It's nice and quiet. So if you caught the stream on Monday, we were running this at stock frequencies with the balanced cooling preset. Today we're running in one of the overclock profiles. It comes with 2 overclock profiles out of the box, one up to 4.6 gigahertz, the other up to 4.7. So we're running the latter one at 4.7 gigahertz, and we're also in the performance cooling preset. And even with the fans kicked up a little higher, I mean, it's definitely not uncomfortable to us sitting here next to it. Yes, we are streaming with OBS.
And just one thing I want to add about this game is you wouldn't have been able to hear it because we turned the volume down so you can hear us. But what I love about the introduction is you just like click your gun and it just like there's nothing like more. Nothing makes you more. Yeah, it throws you into it, and nothing makes you feel more like a badass than the intro of that game.
So yeah, we are streaming with OBS right now. We also have XSplit that we stream with from time to time. Just like to keep it interesting between the two. So yeah, we're doing the software encode. I think it's the very fast preset at outputting at 1080p. Again, ultra wide monitor. That's why you have us at the bottom with all the specs below. I was just trying to fill the screen. And we're streaming at 1080p, 60 FPS at a 6K bitrate.
Just want to get all these little guys before going down because they hit you hard once you get down there. All right, let's do this.
Oh geez, now Radioactive Gaming is bragging about his main system that has 4 Titan Z's in it. The Area-51 Threadripper edition he was talking about is his secondary system. I pity this poor peasant.
Really, just what a crying shame.
Custom built in his primary system with the quad Titan Z's.
Oh, geez.
Back from a
Get that guy.
more civilized time when you could SLI 4 cards together without issue.
It's a weapon from a more civilized time.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is why I married you. I knew you would pick that up.
I knew what you were going for.
General Kenobi.
General Kenobi. A surprise, to be sure.
But a welcome one.
A welcome one.
I'm sorry, but we'll stop the prequel
We'll
memes.
stop. We apologize. Sheesh, I see some health over here.
You're definitely not bragging with caps lock in chat.
He's just excited. You know what? Give him a break.
I do also appreciate in this game that killing enemies gives you health.
Gives you
and stuff.
health. Yeah, totally.
'Cause that makes sense. You're just feeding off the energy.
You're
of
just
those
demons.
You slay.
Just of demons. One thing I think is so interesting about this game is typically when I play a game, me, personally, I'm always kind of like the sniper kind of person. I always kind of hang out, you know, in the sidelines, snipe people off. Or if I'm playing Stealth Archer, or, you know, I'm like a wizard who can conjure up a bunch of, you know, whatevers to help me out. Or in this game, you don't have that option. Like, in fact, if you try to do something like that, you're probably going to die. So this is the type of game where, like, you just have to jump into it. I'm just too lazy to turn it off. Please, it's easier to read.
Too lazy to turn off the caps lock.
It is easier to read. We will give you that much credit.
I see. Yeah, I can see you screaming from over here. Old man yells at cloud. Do you go through here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but you have to go get a badge. I played through this like 2 or 3 days ago before deciding we were going to stream it in case I don't actually have it memorized like that. Or
yeah, I'm gonna paste in our Discord link again if anyone is interested. You can join our Discord, have a chat, ask us questions anytime. I'm almost always monitoring it. Dave's in there.
Of course, we have all the socials.
Yep, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, obviously YouTube since we're here. HotHardware.com. Great site. You should check it out.
You should check it out.
I know a person or two who writes there.
Hot tech, hot news.
Yeah, hottest tech, tested and burned in, I think.
There you go. Hottest tech, tested and burned in. Yep, we got it. Let's see. I just like, you just punch a demon. Like, he's gone. You're capable of just punching him.
Nothing. Radioactive saying, but for Titan Z's, 99% of the universe would say overkill, lol. Nothing in hardware is overkill.
Nothing.
It isn't. I mean...
Oh, this guy.
Are there probably smarter ways to invest your money?
Sorry, just... It's just...
Maybe. But anything as awesome as Quad Titan Z's? Not likely.
Just like drop kick that guy.
And Dave, if you are still around in the chat, I saw on Instagram you got a nice little package in today on a pallet. If you follow our Instagram at HotHardware, we'll see if I can get this up on the screen. Dave received a nice pallet from Main Gear.
Christopher, I am trying to kill demons. Continue. You can continue.
Go stop by our Instagram. I am not exactly sure how they have this spec'd out, but knowing Main Gear, it's gonna be a immaculately crafted
It's gonna be beautiful
machine. So I'm very eager to see, because even I don't know what's in that box quite yet.
It's a mystery.
So Dave's gonna be having a lot of fun with that one. Maybe we'll get him to stream some.
We'll get him. You should have seen how this baby came in. It was pretty entertaining.
Yeah. It came in a box the size of our 110-pound St. Bernard.
Yep. We were best friends with our FedEx guy.
Yeah. Because it's not every day, I think, that they're lugging around those gigantic, heavy boxes to a residential address. But
get some more.
Especially when Alienware's emblazoned on the side of the box for the monitor.
Right.
Piques a little interest.
It does. Can I get back up here? Yes, I can do that. Because I know there's some goodies up here that I want.
Go.
I remembered.
Oh. Okay, now that Dave is back in the chat, I was asking about the little box that Main Gear sent him.
And then Eric Fan says, what?
Oh, what to what?
What to what? Yeah.
To the Quad Titan Z's that Radioactive has, or something I was just spouting off about? Or maybe all the demons infesting us.
Right. I mean,
on the screen
you know,
here.
just...
Yeah, just the little system that shipped on a pallet.
Is there another guy? No, I think that's all the guys.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Hot Hardware in the chat is not me.
No.
I'm speaking here. Hot Hardware in the chat is Dave Altavilla, our founder and editor-in-chief at HotHardware.com. You haven't opened that yet? Do you have any idea what the specs in it are?
All right, guys, I can upgrade my suit. What do we want?
All right. Okay, equipment system, environmental resistance, or area scanning. Dude.
I'm kind of...
I'd go equipment or environmental. But...
Yeah, I think I'm kind of in favor of environmental because of the explosives. Anyone have anything they would prefer to do?
Oh, you just gotta one-up me, Dave. So, Dave just linked in the chat a post for Main Gear, and I actually haven't brought up the post.
Oh, bye, Radioactive Gaming. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, make sure to subscribe, stick
Have a
around.
great weekend.
We'll see you in the Discord on
We
Steam.
will.
I'm sure we'll be streaming more because it's a lot of fun.
It is fun.
The F-131 from Main Gear. So I got to go see that system in Vegas, and it was gorgeous. They have a whole custom cooling reservoir in that splits off and feeds both the GPUs and the CPU. Hardline tubing, it's gorgeous. Main Gear crafts art pieces more than PCs.
They do.
Dave said he's guessing his system has dual 1080 Ti's in it. So the Eric fan's asking what keyboard we use on our personal systems. I don't know about Dave. I'm currently using a Razer Black Widow Tournament Edition just because I was looking for a 10 keyless. It has their green switches, which are basically like the Cherry Blues. They're pretty close. I think I still prefer a proper Cherry Blue to the Razer Greens, but it's close enough that I can that I'm fine with it. Anything that's clacky enough is good for me.
We love the clack.
I can't do the red switches, and I haven't had too much experience with browns. Browns I think I'd be okay with because they at least have the tactile feel. But I love blue switches. And Dave in the chat is saying that he is using an Alienware Elite keyboard right now, but he does have a deck with Cherry Clear switches. And Eric is using the Razer Deathstalker still, which is a membrane keyboard, but it is a little nicer than a lot of the ones you'll find out there. A little more gaming oriented, but definitely come join us in Mechanical Keyboard Master Race. Once you go mechanical, there's really no going back. Yes, they're expensive, but they're built to last. You know, I'd expect this keyboard, even this cheaper one, and I think it cost me $70 or $80.
Did you see Eric Fan's comment?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep,
Sorry.
I was just responding to that.
All right.
So
Sorry, I was distracted by choosing my...
So I'd still
My stuff.
expect this keyboard to last me a decade strong,
Yeah.
no problem. So it is a nice long-term investment. And even beyond gaming, where it is more responsive to hit the keys, I find they're just easier to type on. I type more accurately with a mechanical keyboard because it has that feedback. You know, you get a better feel for the keyboard.
Right.
You can avoid typos a little more easily. Even if you do make a typo, like, it just feels wrong when you type it. So you can correct it much more quickly.
All right, important
I-
question.
I love
Charged
mechanicals.
burst or explosive shot?
I think we need to go explosive shot. We need
Okay.
explosions.
We need like look at. I'm just gonna. I'm
Yep.
gonna punch that little robot.
Bye, robot.
I don't know, like what a jerk.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see. This is the part that always starts to.
Get a little hairy.
It gets a little hairy here.
Oh, you got 2 of 3. Oh wow.
Yeah, it
Lots-
starts
lots
to.
of enemies.
Yeah, it starts to
ramping
get it.
up.
It starts to get a little bit. You start to.
I know we just did a review of was it EVGA's
Get some of that
new
help.
mechanical keyboard. It's not a cherry switch either. Let me pull it up. I don't want to say it wrong.
All of that health.
Yeah, the EVGA Z10 mechanical keyboard.
Oh shoot, and I'm dead. Try
And
that again.
that's using Kale switches, which are cherry clones. It remains to be seen, obviously, how long they'll last in comparison to cherry keys, just because they are new, and mechanical key switches tend to last so long that to get the long-term endurance testing, it just takes time. It's not a slide against
Yeah,
Kale.
that's all
It's
this.
just a
I am.
matter of taking time. Cherry's been around for decades, so they've got that reputation. They have all the testing and stuff already under their belt. But Marco, who is even pickier than I with his planks, came away impressed with this board. So, you know, the non-cherry switches didn't put him off
Nope.
at all.
Where is that again?
So that's definitely one to check out. I think that one retails for 150, but it's a full board. It comes with the wrist rest, little LED display. So there's one to consider. I know, you know, you can easily spend hundreds, if not thousands, like Marco has done on mechanical keyboards and finding the right one. You can definitely get out to, I know Best Buy often will have mechanical keyboards on display that you can test out. I don't know if you have something like Micro Center or other more computer-oriented retailers around you that might have mechanical keyboards on display. Definitely get hands-on with them. Because they're even with the same keycap between keyboards, you can have 2 cherry blue keyboards, and they can still have a different feel based on the backplate used in the keyboard or other factors that maybe the keycaps, which one of the nice things about cherry and other mechanical keyboards is you can switch out the keycaps if you don't like them, but oftentimes it's nice to get it right the first time. You can get variants even between similar sounding models on paper. So I highly recommend getting hands-on if you can, or finding a retailer that has a good return policy to experiment with. And it looks
health.
like I'm guessing Dave just linked the Corsair K70 in the chat, which is another fantastic legendary mechanical keyboard, which you can get with an array of switches, RGB lights, and everything else.
Yep.
That's probably the easiest blanket recommendation, or one of them. Their keyboards are great quality, but
Everything.
it's really hard to recommend one in particular just without feeling it.
Yeah. I think it depends on your preference too.
Oh, 5-way roundup with Corsair is what was linked.
Alright, just making
So.
sure I got all the goods, everything that I want. Didn't get completely murdered that time. Let's see, what time is it? I think we'll probably wrap it up in about 5-10 minutes or so.
Yeah, it should be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Call
can
it a
always
night.
stop by hothardware.com. Plenty of reviews from
Right.
laptops, desktops, components, peripherals such as keyboards, mice, phones,
Smartwatches.
smartwatches, which
We're
We're
testing
working on a
one
review of one of
yeah.
those as well right now, from Nokia.
Yep.
So lots of good stuff there, of course. Daily news. And hopefully some personality. On Wednesday evenings, we have our podcast, 2.5 Geeks, with, well, usually Dave, Marco, and either myself or Paul Lilly, or whoever else wants to join. Whoever the half geek decides to be for the day.
Right.
You can catch the VODs here on the YouTube channel as well, so make sure to subscribe.
Get some of that health.
And I'm trying to read the chat. That Eric swears he had read the Corsair Roundup through Google. You can find us on the Google.
You can on the Google. Yep.
We are on the Google.
We are on the Google. Can I get back up here?
I haven't been paying too much attention to the game.
Oh, you're fine.
Keep chat flowing.
You're good. You're doing great.
What is our task right now?
Murder things generally.
Okay.
Yeah, that.
And I'm assuming not be murdered.
Not be murdered is always a positive.
They just keep spawning in.
They do. This is kind of it's a tense period.
I like how they've crafted these levels to have different routes to go through, and
You thought you could sneak up on me.
they're making a lot of use out of the same small areas without it feeling repetitive.
Yeah, well, there's all that vertical space, which is just so important
Right.
in a game to get that very open.
Blast them.
I know. It's not.
Come on, go
There
down.
we go. I know. He's like, he just wanted to hang out, you know? He was
Stumbling
like,
around.
Brittany, you know what? It's not my fault I got summoned from hell.
Yeah, it's like 1 second they're falling over like zombies, then the next they're chucking fireballs at you.
Right. Well, there are different kinds. These are kind of like the sort of lazy zombie kind, and then there's like the fireball kind, and then there's those like beast ones. So far, I'm sure there's other varieties, but that is what I've encountered so far. Can I climb up this?
Only one way to find out.
I know. Let's try.
And
No, not
yeah,
really.
it looks a little steep.
That's not really happening. All right. So
So
do I want to go
think
down?
you can jump
Yeah,
there.
I think I want to do that. Well, there's like a
More
bunch
ammo,
of yeah.
right?
Never. You can never have too much ammo. Right. So then
Are
there's
we
these
doing
guys.
any reviews on the 8th gen H series laptops? So I'm not sure if we have any in the queue right now. Dave can speak to that, but they definitely will be coming. I know we're hoping to get the Dell G series laptops in soon, which can have hex core configurations. So yes, they will be. They will be coming up quickly, hopefully. Dave says soon in the chat.
He says soon. We'll trust the man in charge. Yes, I need some.
I am not the man with all the answers. Dave is the
Dave
man
is
with
the
all
man.
the answers. Or at least he's very good at pretending he's the man with all the answers. Ooh.
Yeah. There, that's why I'm dying. This jerk.
Yeah, he doesn't need
And he doesn't have a head anymore. So, you know. Well, with that, I think we will call it good. I feel like that was a good final death.
Yeah.